Survivor Series preview vid, I talked about how, in my opinion, as a fan, it looked as if the WWE was kind of watering down its Big Four pay-per-views and then later on giving us stuff we should have gotten in the first place. In other words, the big-name pay-per-views get the watered-down card, while the lesser pay-per-views get the stronger cards. And the mentality behind all this, in my opinion, seems to be, people are going to order Survivor Series, people are going to order WrestleMania because it's Survivor Series and because it's WrestleMania. So why should we give them that dream card? Why not save this stuff for later and spread it out over the next few pay-per-views? Right? So what we get as a result of all this is all these big-name pay-per-views with cards that are questionable if they're worthy of the title. Like we get these matches that seem to be randomly thrown together at the last minute, like in Survivor Series, and we get all these rematches for WrestleMania. Like my Survivor Series preview vid, I was planning on doing a WrestleMania preview vid where I went through each of the matches one by one and talked about them. But the thing about it is, when I look at the card, how am I supposed to do that with all these freaking rematches? Look, you got Orton versus Triple H again. You got Taker versus HBK again, and you got Edge versus Cena again. Oh wait, this time they threw in the Big Show, and it's arguable whether that makes it better or worse. And the thing is, people always say, what's wrong with rematches? Well, technically nothing's wrong with rematches, except that this is freaking WrestleMania. The Super Bowl of them all. Hogan Andre, Flair Savage, Rock Hogan. How in the world is HBK Taker going to live up to their Hell in the Cell match? The answer is that it's not. And you know what the embarrassing thing about it is? The embarrassing thing is that their Hell in a Cell match wasn't even a WrestleMania match. It was an in-your-house match. Should a WrestleMania match of significance be a lesser version of an in-your-house match? It's like 10 years ago, both Taker and HBK were faster and younger and fought each other at In Your House. Now, 10 years later, they're arguably co-headlining a WrestleMania in a regular match, and people are going, oh man, match of the year, wow, this is awesome, wrestling's back. What in the world are you thinking? Where did your standards go? People like to get on my case because I'm criticizing the WWE, because I'm not supporting the WWE as they're supposedly getting better on their road to WrestleMania. They say I'm like not a true wrestling fan or something. I'm a fake wrestling fan. I'm a wannabe wrestling fan or something. All right? Which is completely ridiculous. All right? Because in my opinion, if anyone's the wannabe wrestling fan, it's you haters trying to hate on me for criticizing the WWE. Why? Because you accept the status quo. Right? Mediocrity is good enough for you. As the WWE and wrestling in general lowers in product quality, you lower your standards to accommodate that, to the point where Big Show versus Edge versus Cena qualifies as a WrestleMania main event title match to you. Right? You've come to the point where it seems you don't even want great. You just want things not to be bad, it seems. Right? You hear it around here all the time. Right? Come on, that last Raw wasn't bad. Just admit it. It wasn't bad. Right? WrestleMania has a lot of rematches, but come on, it's not bad. Since when does not bad equal good? Right? Since when does not bad equal great? Right? Is that how you guys look at women? Is that how you choose who to go out with? Come on, she's not bad. She's not 300 pounds. She's only 200 pounds. She's not a rhino. She's just a water buffalo.